You're doing well. I wanted to come on here and share what I received before I forget. Um, I heard all things are working out let me say it again. All things are working in the favor of the favored. I want to make sure I don't forget that. All things are working in the favor of the favored. Peace, peace. Hey, Starlust. Peace, Azor, Phoenix. Welcome to everyone that is joining. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Peace, peace. Peace, Alicia, Bataya. Journey with Jay. Happy Sunday. Peace. So I wanted to come more in here and share again. What I heard was, I forgot part of it. Everything is working in the favor of the favored. I'm going to try not to forget that. Always divine timing. Yes, Brandon. And so I rose up around, say, you know what? It was 3:21. And every Sunday I get up between 3 and 5 and I write the alignment letter, which is a letter or email that I send out every week to those who desire, who want it. And the alignment letter basically is something that Spirit told me to start doing to help the soul family, the soul collective, stay in alignment throughout the week. So it talks about the energy of the week, what's happening cosmically, some things you can do to stay in alignment. And it just gives a breakdown. And so I'm very intentional about doing it on Sunday. So it goes out Sunday at 11:11. And so I usually write it, well, I have been writing it between 3 and 5 so that I'm in a space of making sure the message is spiritually aligned. And so I thought, well, maybe I can do it on Saturday, yesterday. And I just felt, just go to bed. So I rose up, opened my eyes. Before I opened my eyes, I started hearing messages. I had some profound astral travels. Maybe I'll talk about that in a moment. But I started hearing a message. And so I sat up and I went to get my notebook and pen. And I just felt just like, don't lose it. Like I felt like if I were to go get it, I would lose the message. So I just started recording the message. And I got up and I started writing the alignment letter for the week. Thank you, Bataya, for typing in the chat so don't forget it. When I got back to bed, I just received, you need to share this because the full message is not in that letter. But I need to share this because there are people that are questioning certain things. So I'm going to share what I received with you all. Just bear with me because I'm trying to recall it. from memory. So what I heard was that everything is working in the favor of the favored. Everything is working out. When you are, I heard the word affirmed. I was going to say when you are aware, but I heard affirmed. When you are aware, um, I guess it's affirmed. Spiritually, you start on this path of active alignment. As I'm talking to you, I'm hearing the words to share with you. So it's active alignment. And when you are in this space, you cannot make mistakes. You're always in alignment. Always. You're always guided. Always. Even when you are not aware. Even when you are not aware. Last week, I promise you, I had, I think 3 consultations. I received a couple of emails from people, and everyone's question was about their soul mission, or they in alignment, or they felt out of alignment and they didn't know how to get back. And in these conversations, I had to share with them, no, you are 100% in the right place. And this was not me just saying it to them. I pulled up people's charts. I looked at their numerology, astrology, even in some of their stories that they were sharing. And I had to share with them, like, you are so in alignment. Like, it is so divine. And what I realized is that sometimes it can't be seen when you're in it. Sometimes you don't see it because of the way that you're moving. You don't see the bigger picture. It's not until you look back that you see the bigger picture, that you see how things worked out. But when you're in it, in that moment, you don't see it. And so this message was to affirm, confirm to you all the alignment that you are in. I also heard a word, phrase, energy pushers. I believe that was a phrase. Again, forgive me, I'm trying to recall everything that I heard. And I want to talk about this for a moment. Again, everything is working in the favor of the favored. And this is not to gas anyone's ego or like, oh, I'm better than you, or that's, no. In fact, it makes your life more challenging. Let me say that. Because of the type of work that you have to do, or the levels of work that you have to do, the mission that you have. So it's not, oh, I'm favored, so I just get all these wonderful things and I get to live this glorious life. It's no, that you are favored to have this mega mission based on your other life experiences, other lifetimes or past lives, however you want to say it or understand it. And so your work is going to be great. And whenever your work, whenever you have that great calling or that great mission on your life, you are always going to meet challenges. Why? Because the challenges cause expansion in your life every time. My daughter was telling me something that she had to do this past weekend, and it was so crazy that she was like crying through it. Like, she was like, I can't believe like this is just so hard. And when she was done, I was like, that is an amazing story. Like, that has to be a chapter of a book because nobody's going to believe that happened. And I said, how much stronger are you now that you did that and you did it by yourself? And so we don't realize that these challenges, we don't realize it all the time that this is here to expand me. And it's important to think like that. I'm going through something, but I know that there's a reason for this. It has to be because this is just crazy, right? And so this is the path or the journey of those. I'm going to recall it again. I don't want to keep forgetting it. The favored. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out so beautifully for you, even when you don't know it. Some people have missions that are external, that are fire, that are air. And some people have missions that are internal, that are water, that are earth. Not everyone has that fire, air, external mission. And I think people get that confused or they feel like I'm not doing my work because it doesn't look like anything, right? So what do I mean by fire, air? I'm talking about teachers, counselors, producers, those doing external work, right? People that do podcasts, writers, things that are involved in external work, working with people or things or etc. And those roles are important. And I know that there are people that don't resonate with that, don't want to do that, and think, well, what's my mission then? Because how am I helping people? How am I doing work when I don't feel like that's it for me? And so what I heard a couple of things that I'll share with you. But I heard some people are energy pushers. I was like, energy pushers? What? And this is something that I learned years ago from someone who was doing a job, and she said, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And it was something that had nothing to do with the people per se. And Spirit said she was working in an airport, and she was like doing something like behind the scenes. And Spirit told me how significant her job was. because she had to be in that airport because of all the energy coming in and out. She had to literally balance energy. And she confirmed it because she said she was always so tired, but like her job wasn't that significant, you know? And what I know is that people are placed in certain places around the world. This is why you say there's nobody in my city, my town, whatever. How do I connect with these people? Like, what am I even doing here? Energy pushing. We all can't be in the same city, y'all. We all can't be in the same place. There really is a grid of energy. And if we're all localized in the US, in a certain city, how do we balance this grid in China and in Thailand, in Australia, South Africa, East Africa, I don't know, South America, Alaska? Do you understand? And so for this reason, we are spread out and we're supposed to be. And so there are those whose work is purely water, earth, is internal. Listen, listen. There are some people's that work literally is to balance the energy of the physical earth, the ground. There are some people whose work is literally just to live by the water and just to go to the water on a daily basis and connect with that energy. Those are roles. And they're significant. They're no less significant than someone who is counseling or coaching someone or doing a podcast. Do you understand? Then there are those who are meant to push the energy forward. It's so important for everyone to do the work that they're here to do. Someone who is meant to move the energy, let's say, of the water. I'll give you an example. Last year, multiple times I was told, go to the water, go to the water. I was at the ocean, not understanding why. Where some of you may be in another part of the world, not feeling like I'm supposed to be out there on social media or whatever, but I live by the ocean and every day I sit here and I do prayers or whatever. And you're not realizing that maybe what you're doing had an effect on me because I'm led to go there to receive a message. Do you understand? So some people are energy pushers and they're meant to move energy or shift energy. And there's nothing extra that you have to do besides following that prompting, being you. There are people that Spirit just tells them every day to go on a hike, just walk through the park. And they're walking through the park. Like, I don't know what my mission is. Spirit's telling me to walk in the park and I'm not getting what my mission is. I don't know why I'm here every single day. And maybe that's your mission. That's your work. Because maybe there's someone that, I don't know, let's say has a podcast and they're meant to be out there and they're overwhelmed because they're behind these computers and these devices and lights and cameras and all this stuff. And they need to go outside and ground. And you, that's walking in a park every day, not sure what you're doing. You're actually, seriously, creating electric energy that travels to them that helps them ground. Do you get it? Is this making sense to y'all? I hope this is making sense. And so these are energy pushers. And I want you to know that your work is just as significant as another's. Everything is working out in alignment. Everything. Some people are born and they're not meant to stay. There was someone, and I won't go too much into detail, that she was very unclear about her soul mission. And I remember telling her that her daughters, I said, do you have a daughter? She said, yeah, I have a daughter. Actually, I have a son and a daughter. And I said, yeah, but it's your daughter. I said, your daughter is extremely powerful. And I was telling her what to do with her daughter, not to ignore the son, but that something was significant with the daughter. And then we were talking about what is her soul mission. And the way that her chart was, some people have charts that is not so black and white. And it really is a thing of, I can only guide you but so much. Some people's chart literally says that only spirit can tell them what to do. And it's not for someone else to say, hey, you do A, B, C, D. It's very rare, but it does happen. And she had a chart like that. And maybe 6 months after that conversation, 6 months to a year, her husband reached out and said that she transitioned. Listen, she was in a class, a year-long class. And the class had just started, and I felt bad. I said, I'll refund, the money for the class. He said, no, keep it and share it with someone else, with someone that wants to take the class and can't afford to. And I said, no, you have your children. I said, how is your daughter? I remember the daughter. He said, she's fine. I said, I told him, please stay connected because your daughter's very powerful. And it bothered me for a while. It bothered me for a while because I said, I don't get it. We were just talking about her soul mission. She was just so excited. She was starting class. How did this happen? And I was told multiple things. And now I understand her being an energy pusher. Her life was significant. It was meant to move energy along, to push onto someone else, to push things to the next level. One thing that I knew for sure is that her daughter, who 100% is going to be someone powerful one day, who she is, but she will have a significant impact. I knew that her mother could only help her in the way that she needed to from the spiritual realm. The other aspect is that she helped a student go to class for a year. And it was a student that they didn't know the story per se. But this person has gone on to do a lot of significant work, even with their own soul mission. So even in that, even in those cases, because I know people have questions about that, even in those cases, those people would be considered like energy pushers. Their work is water, earth. So I'm sharing this all with you today to mainly remind you that you are always, always, always in alignment. The moment that you become aware that you're a spiritual being, it is affirmed. And there will always be favor. You must always be in gratitude of everything, because those are giftings, those are favors to support you on your path. We don't use the word blessing. I haven't used it in years, and I've always taught not to use that word. But as I was saying favor, I thought of the word blessing, and instead it is favor. There is a huge shift that is going to happen again this week. And there are levels, we're going to see them a lot. We're going to see them and feel them a lot this year. But another one is happening this week. I need you to all remember this. I need you to all remember this message. If you are listening and you are resonating with this, I need you to understand this truth. Everything is working in the favor of the favored. Everything is working out so beautifully for you, so beautifully for you. And when you recognize that, you start to connect dots and you start to say things like, oh, it's divine timing. I understand why this happened because this had to happen. And this is happening because something else has to happen. And if it's not for me, it's for someone else. And even if I'm doing something random, like feeling prompted to go into the store, maybe my energy is needed in that space. And all I have to do is just be. I want you all to get off this journey of being hard on yourself. So many of you are so hard on yourself. And that's in part because you know within that there's something I'm supposed to be doing that's great. But you just being is great. Do you understand that? You just being is great. Just be is great. Maybe you took the wrong turn going to work and you're frustrated because I'm going to be late. But just maybe by your presence, an accident was prevented. I always say when I travel, I'm so protected that all the cars on the road that are traveling with me are also protected. And so think of it like that. All of the things that people look at as bad, Understand that it is favor for you because you are so important. Your work is so important. And your work starts first with the I am, which is be. I am is a be. Call it be verb. And it's just you being, you just being here, you just being alive. And so this week's energy really is that you're in alignment. You're good. Follow the promptings. Doesn't matter how weird they seem to be, and no one else's opinion matters. Don't do things because people think, well, you should do this. It's going to help you out. It's going to benefit you. You do as you're prompted. Only you can tell you. So with that said, have a wonderful, wonderful day. The alignment letter is going out at 11:11. Take your time and read through it. I wrote a lot about this energy this week. This energy is going to be pulling on a lot of people. It really is. It is going to be a heavy, energetic week, especially for water signs, people that have water, sun, more importantly, moon, water, moon, that water's in your moon sign. South node water signs. And if you have a rising sign that's water, people are going to be pulling on you. Okay? But read the letter, you'll get clarity. When you read it, you'll have understanding. So when that things happen, you're like, remember spiritual privy? Oh, I understand why this is going on. I have clarity on this. So you're not so hard on yourself, so you don't feel overwhelmed or out of whack. This week is significant. It is significant. It is significant, y'all. Just go to my website, www.IamProfessorMelanie.com. There's going to be a pop-up that says, would you like to sign up for the alignment letter? Put your email in there. Hurry up and do it before 11:11. That's when it's going to go out so that you get that, okay? So with that said, I love you so, family. Stay strong. Be encouraged. Remember, you are always guided. You are always protected. You are always loved. You are always aligned, and you are favored. Peace, everyone.